Hello, hey. Hey in the winter sun. Hello, everybody. I might actually, Linda Morrison here, your ageless body and business coach. I'll just share this to a few gorgeous groups of ours. And I think I'm going to do, well, hello everyone. I think I'm going to do a little pan around as well, just to show you what I can actually see here as well. So this is our winter and our winter sun. So I'll just do a little pan around here at my beach. I've just come down here. There's a couple of people going for little walks and sitting there at the little bench, and that's the winter sun shining on through. So it was super cold this morning, but right now it is really super gorgeous in the sunshine. And as soon as I pulled up here in the car, the magpies came on over, thinking that I might give them some food, I think, but I don't have any. I don't have any. So I'll just put my little sunnies here, and I want to say a few words about this talk about resilience. And it's a buzzword, as you guys know. It's been around for quite some time, even when my kids were little kids in primary school. I happen to know my kids are very resilient. They rarely ask me for anything, which is to my good measure. But I would like them to ask me. I'd like to be needed by them more than they actually need me. So I'm going to talk a little bit about resilience, and we've had quite the time of recent where we've needed lots of resilience. Now, I'm in Melbourne. It's the most locked down city in the absolute world. I know this for a fact because I get to talk to the world in my businesses for 11 years now. So Cyprus and England and Germany and America and Canada and New Zealand and all the English speaking people around the world I get to work with, which I'm very thankful for. And I know that we here in Melbourne has been the most locked down city in the world. So I'm going to speak a little bit into being resilient. I'm also going to share a story that I've never ever shared before about resilience. And just know I've just panned around and showed you my beautiful sunshine here. And these two old couple here getting up with their walking their Nordic walking sticks here when we've got 18 degrees. They are so delightful. So off they go. That's so beautiful. But I'm sitting here in the sunshine. I've just showed you that. So thankful for the fact that we have, this great space to live in, and that we've all afforded these, really great and terrific lives. But resilience, the definition really of resilience is something that's able to spring back into place if there's been some tension on it, or some problem or some issue or some change. Now, what I've actually recognized is that the ability to be resilient might be one thing if the ecosystem has not changed, but the ecosystem has changed. So I wanted to speak into and talk about the fact that your ability to adapt to the new, overcome and pivot to what's required often takes a little bit of extra, even more than just being resilient. So I commend you guys for listening on in and to try to take heed of this fact. But I also, most of all, want to acknowledge you that it's not about springing back to what was. It's actually now about, and has been for now 3 years, about what now? And it's a changing ecosystem. So I'm here to help support you in all of that. For those who don't know me, I actually help women over 40 with their body transformations, their body of spirit, but also their business and life transformations. And I'm quite the expert on all of these things for 33 years now. We've helped people with all their success pursuits in all of these areas, very, very much in a pragmatic and practical way. So, I wanted to share a story here that I have not shared before. Hi, everybody. And please share this stream. Please tag your friends into it. Please let others know that we're actually on here in this beautiful, sunny, surf coast sun. And I'm going to talk to you about a retreat that I actually took for all of my Ageless Body members nearly 5 years ago. And it's speaking into this area of resilience. Hi, Lisa. Hi, everybody. And I was, as I'd been in my online business at that stage for around about 7 years. My children were going to be looked after by grandparents, extended family, while I was away teaching my retreat. The retreat was actually up in northern New South Wales. For those people who know that area, it's a beautiful area of the world. It is close to the border. It's an area called Yukai. It's just super stunning, gorgeous weather, and just very energetically just a beautiful place. Now, as I actually hopped on the plane, so as my parents were driving me to the aeroplane, my best friend in the world, who happens to be my grandmother, was taken to quite ill. So she'd been in a nursing home for 2 to 3 years. I was facing and staring down the barrel of looking after a retreat on my own, no assistance helping me, no helpers there for me for about 5 nights away. So I had to fly into the Gold Coast and then drive down from there in a car. And I had no idea when I booked this that my grandmother was going to take ill, and she's my favorite person in the world, and she did. So as I was driving to the airport, my parents were dropping me off. I cried the whole time. I cried the whole time in the airplane. I cried the whole time when I wasn't with my clients while I was delivering a really cool and beautiful Ageless Body retreat. I cried while at that particular retreat we had a chef that was not well, and she did a great job with the meals, but she was acting like a petulant toddler, shall we say. I was dealing with that. And then every single night, of course, I was trying to find out, 1, how my kids were, 2, how my grandma actually was going, and the rest. So the reason I'm actually describing this to you and letting you know is that every single day and moment we create something, there's always the possibility and the probability that there will be something trying to take us off course that is very real and very true to us and very big. And resilience is super important. But beyond resilience sort of says that you can adapt back into shape to do what you need to do. But what I'm actually saying to you is that my ability to be able to move forward, to go stronger, to go harder, to be better, to have that stick-to-itness is I'm being able to adapt, change, get back on my feet and move, not back to what the definition of resilience is, and that's back to the same after you've been stretched or there's been a difficulty, back to the same, but actually adapt to a better and higher and greater thing. And every single time, as our famous coach of all coaches, Jim Rohn, actually says is that don't wait for life to be easier, just be better. I'm paraphrasing, something like that. And that's been my experience with anything, with life, with business, with relationships, with anything. So if this resonates with you, if you understand this, please ask me more questions. Get onto our regular coaching calls, okay? Our VIP, the full mastermind, 6 months is actually now open for applications. So I'm actually taking in only 5 people for our next 6 months. We're going to be talking about these types of things and how you're held to do what you're actually needing to do. Not to just be resilient, but to be able to adapt to what is needed. So resilience to me is, and the definition of it says to snap back to what was and to keep on going on. Yeah, we can, that's okay. But as we know, to grow and glow and get better, we actually have to be better the next day. So my take on resilience is a step up, not just a snap back after a hardship, after a difficulty. And let me wind back in and tell you the rest of the story in reference to my grandmother. And before I do, I'm going to pop my calendar below and I want you to hop onto it if this resonates with you. If you want more, if you actually want pragmatic and practical ways to be able to take your business to that next level. Take yourself to that next level, to get over your humps and your hurdles and your difficulties and all of that sort of stuff. Those that know me and know me well know that I am patient and pragmatic and organized and absolutely stick with you for everything it is that you're actually wanting. And everything that drives that is this body of health, like your fit body. And if that ain't moving towards where you want it to be, then, you know, there's a possibility you'll be slowed down just that little bit. So I'm here to actually have that, I'm here to be in your corner, to have you the best version of that. Okay, well, that's a work in progress. It's always a work in progress. We're all getting older, yeah? We're all getting older. So the upshot of all of this is, whilst I was away on retreat during this time, very difficult time for me, my best friend, my grandmother, supporter of all, was not well. And I wanted to be with her, but I had to be with my committed clientele and my business. There was nobody else to be Linda at that retreat. Nobody else. I had to be there. So when I got home, my parents, I got a taxi home. My mum was there at home. Kids were great. They did awesome. Really fantastic. During the time that I was away, I saw on Facebook that my ex had, he had decided to go to Europe, so he wasn't there with the children, and he had proposed, you know, to his new wife-to-be. I assume they're still married. And then that was all happening all at the same time as me actually being, wanting to be with my grandmother, but wanting to be with my clients to fulfill my obligations with them all. And they all did a great job, had a great retreat. It was really fantastic. There was people acting up at retreat, you know, different staff. I wasn't to know it was going to be like that. Okay, clearly they need to work on their resilience muscles, right, as we spoke of. Anyway, when I got home, I went to see my grandmother immediately. Then I saw her 9 times in the next 24 hours, in and out, and in and out, and in and out, until she passed away. But she waited for me to get back to her. And it was the most difficult, the most confusing, the most conflicted I think I've felt. But my resilience showed up for me, showed up for my business, but my ability to adapt to what I needed to do to get it all done definitely showed up. As I'm telling you the story, I'm remembering some other challenges that was at that time as well, of which I won't unpack because it will just be a whole other turn to the story. But there was all sorts. So life is going to throw up some things for you. You know, life is going to throw up some things that are difficult for you to handle, to get by through, to move through, to understand. But don't over complicate it by going, what's the meaning in this? And why is this happening to me? And all those other very poor questions that people often ask themselves when there's a challenge. Just know this, every single time I've had to show resilience has just been something that I've actually been able to hold on to whilst I adapt, change, and improve. Okay? So I don't want to be just resilient. Okay? I actually want to be able to adapt, learn, push through, and get to that next stage. Does this make sense to you all? Because there's all this stuff, resilience training and all this stuff. I don't want to be the same as I was. I want to be better, to adapt to, and to genuinely take heed of the fact that things may get more difficult. Quoted him before, Jim Rohn. We're not looking for life to get easier. You get better, right? Life isn't going to get easier. You've just got to get better. And you get to decide on all of that, which is really, really cool. And I definitely hold you to all of that. So, wanted to say to you all, thank you for all you do to enhance the lives of others. I am truly here to support you on that journey and on your journey. There is nothing more important to me than to watch you thrive. Okay, as I work out my ways to thrive, I am definitely bringing this to the fore in our monthly and weekly coachings. Should you want to be involved in our VIP exclusive for the next 6 months, please be on board. I've only got 5 spots. That's all I take. But I cannot wait to actually help you. If you are someone who is a coach, who has got the information but not really sure what to do with it, if you're someone who wants to bring her gifts or his gifts to the world, then I'm here to actually help you to do that as well. Been online for 11 years, been a marketer for 33, and then I've been a well-being practitioner, coach and success coach for that amount of time as well, 3 decades or more. I've now empty nested as well, successfully and beautifully. My kids are doing so well. I would like to say that I'm doing just as well as them. They're super happy. I'm not happy they're not with me, but I am super happy to be here, to be with you, and to be expanding all of our work for you all. I'll get over the fact they're not here. And I'll also find a really beautiful location that they will visit, and so may you in the next 12 months. Just don't forget that our retreats are coming up as well. All right, I'll get off here, pop my calendar below. I'd like to talk to you if you're interested in understanding what we've actually got all lined up for you moving forward. Much love. Don't only be resilient, be the best version of what you're needing now. Bye.